Raiders of the Lost Ark has Indiana Jones go on an adventure around the world to find the Lost Ark of the Covenant, but the Nazis are also looking for it to win World War II. This is directed by Steven Spielberg, and this is about the fifth or sixth time I'm watching this movie. And this is actually the second Indiana Jones movie I've watched in full succession. The first one actually being the newest one, Dial of Destiny. So the positives on the film are Indiana Jones is one of the coolest characters of all time. He's afraid of almost nothing. He takes on the enemy without hesitation. He is the second most iconic character with a fedora. The first being Freddy Krueger. The score for the movie is awesome. Dun 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 dun. That is so iconic and thrilling. I love Marion Ravenwood's character. She's not just a damsel. She thinks things out and finds ways to stay alive. She's this rough-as-nails girl who takes no crap from anyone. So I really like that. And then now talking about the villains of the movie, the villains are very intimidating. Major Tote is especially scary when he's holding the burning fire poker to Marion's face. Diedrich is pretty good and violent. Then Belloc is, as he says, a shadowy reflection of Indy. He's after the Ark for different reasons. Not for fortune and glory, but for winning the war. For winning World War II. So those three main villains are really good, and they're all pretty intimidating. This movie has a great balance with brutal action and hilarious comedy. Temple of Doom goes for more of the action, and then Last Crusade goes more for like the comedy. So, depending on what you liked in Raiders, you're probably gonna like Temple of Doom more for the action, or Last Crusade for the comedy and adventure. But this movie's action is brutal and intense, but there's a good bit of comedy in the film too. You'll be laughing just as much as you'll be on the edge of your seat with the action. The mystery of getting the Ark and what the Ark does is very intriguing. It keeps the movie going, and it's a clear goal for Indiana Jones and the Nazis of why they both want the Ark. And the Ark of the Covenant, I think, is very cool. I'd say it's the coolest artifact in the entire franchise out of all 5 of these films. So I really like it. And then the action in this movie, I think, is awesome. The bar fight has some great shooting action. The chase in the town and capturing Marion in the basket is good. So I really enjoy that. And especially going along with the comedy too, Indiana Jones whips out the gun and shoots the expert swordsman. That was funny. Apparently there was gonna be a fight, an actual big fight in the movie, but Harrison Ford, who plays Indiana Jones, felt sick that day, so they just put in, he just shoots the swordsman, and then that's done. And that works well for the movie, and that's one of the most iconic parts of the movie, and that is one of the biggest laughs in the film. But going along with the action again, I like the car chase with Indiana Jones going after the truck with the Ark in it. It's very thrilling. And then the whip stunt is cool, where he's being dragged across the gravel road, and climbing up his whip is so cool. And then he makes cars crash, so I really enjoy that. That's very thrilling. And now the final positive, the finally opening of the Ark is awesome, and it's just It's really cool, and it's the just desserts for the villain dying in gory glory. That was really cool. It's very satisfying for Diedrich's head shriveling up, Belloc being lit on fire and blowing up, and then Toad's face melting. That is actually especially really gruesome, the face melting. So I really like that. I like it that the villains die, so I enjoy that. That is it for positives. Now on to the negatives. I really only have one, and it's pretty small. A small negative for the film is there really isn't a character arc for Indiana Jones in this standalone movie. There's no personal struggle he has to overcome. But across the three original films, there is kind of a character arc for Indy. Like at Temple of Doom, he only wants fortune and glory, and he is only doing this for fortune and glory, but by the end he finds the value that the village gets more value out of the rock instead of just having that rock sit in a museum. Raiders of the Lost Ark, this movie, he leaves the Ark alone. He lets it, he doesn't give it to the museum. And then Last Crusade, he goes on this adventure not for the Cup of Christ and not for the fortune and glory, but to save his father and to finally get his father back. So there's just not really a strong character arc in this isolated movie, but across the three films, it's actually a little more smartly written, and there is kind of a character arc throughout all three films, so that's actually kind of cool. So, quite honestly, I think this should kind of be in the mixed, but then again, talking about this standalone movie, if we didn't know we were getting Temple of Doom or Last Crusade, then I would say it's a little disappointing that there's not really a character arc for Indiana Jones in it. But that's it for negatives. In the end, this movie is pretty much perfect. I have very little negative for the film, and I enjoy every second of this flick. So Raiders of the Lost Ark is just so awesome, and I love it so much. Thanks for watching.